Hello, and as you could judge by the title, today is a wonderful day, a great day that falls. There has to be some mathematics, some algorithm to figure it out. But today is New Comic Book Day as well as my birthday, which could only mean I bought things today. Not only did I go to my comic shop, I went to a local dirt mall, which is I like to call it, a dirt mall, but it is actually kind of like a consignment warehouse where people rent spots, kind of like a flea market, I guess you could say, as well as Goodwill, which usually lets me down, but today came through. I'm going to start off with non-comic related things. And by the way, just got home, so nothing is even out of, I still have the box and the bag that things came in. I'll start off with this. Alright, if you get to know me, you'll know that not only do I like collecting books, not only do I like collecting comic books, not only do I like collecting vinyl, I kind of collect collections. I collect too many things. And today I started a new one, which I'm sure the girlfriend will be super pumped about. I started collecting. I've always wanted to get into like collecting old medical equipment and old medical things. So when I saw these, got this little bottle here. It's from Magnus, Mabey, and Renard Incorporated, 1895. It's an imitation of bergamot oil. Essential oils such as linalool, citrus oil, terpenes, esters such as linalool acetate. I will no longer read chemical names on this because that is a bomb. Got this little guy. And I only got this little guy because I probably wouldn't have got him alone because it just doesn't stand out enough. But the whole booth where I got these, everything was 25% off. So it came with this guy. Well, it didn't come with it, but I bought this guy also in order to at least have a little bit of something that looks okay on a shelf together. And that's a big guy. And this is, well, I said I wasn't going to read chemical names. Boroglycerin, I'm going to go with. Boroglycerin. Eli Lilly and Company, Indianapolis, USA. This is 1 pint or 475 cc's. 475 cc's. Glycerite number 3, Boroglycerin USP. And I just like the look of these old bottles, very medical looking, and maybe when I start to get some medical equipment, these will play nicely into that situation. But till then, this is what I have. And the start of something new, another collection. I collect too many things. The cap on the big one needs cleaned up a bit. It's a little dirty. Next, some aforementioned, well, books. Might as well go with some books. Picked up Clive Barker's Galilee because I like Clive Barker's writing, but I don't understand why he has to write such big. This thing is 600 plus pages, and the font is tiny. It's not that I won't enjoy it. It's not that I won't finish it. It's that I don't want to start it. It won't even take that long to read because I read fairly quickly. It's just when it's that big, it's just like, oh, well, I could read 2 other books that are that size, that add up to that size. Where is Vietnam? It's 87 American poets respond to Vietnam with works, poems. I'm interested. I mean, I'm not a huge poetry guy. I need to be in a certain mood to read it. But there's sometimes where some poetry will get me moving. And by moving, I mean weeping, like a child. Next, we have The Man in the White Sharkskin Suit. It's a Jewish family's exodus from Old World Cairo to the New World. I think that is all I have to say about it. It's a pilgrimage, if you will, of a family to here. I don't know when this takes place. I mean, I guess Old World Cairo. Say that faster. Not see any dates. We can just assume it wasn't like 98 though, right? They didn't travel over here in 1998. Next I have Ice, a major new novel. I don't know why it's major. About the 87th Precinct by Ed McBain. I read Shotgun by Ed McMahon about that took place in the 87th precinct, and it was all right. Nice little older suspense crime type of thing. And I am in love with old library bindings, the hardback books with the dust jacket, with the laminated dust jacket. I love a laminated dust jacket, even with the stickers on it, which bothered the shit out of me on the spine. But I will take a laminated dust jacket with some stickers on the spine as opposed to a regular dust jacket. I like the way it reads too. I like being able to open the book with the dust jacket on. If it's not laminated, I can't do it. Another one of those problems. Speaking of problems, I developed a new kind of anxiety today that I didn't know I had. I think everybody maybe has that anxiety where, probably not everybody, but in my experience, I've always had it, where if you see somebody you think you know or you do know walking towards you at a distance, you get this kind of anxiety of if they're going to talk to you, what they're going to say, if you're going to remember the name, what are you going to talk about. Well, I developed a new one that's kind of the opposite, and it's when I go to reach for a door handle and the door opens and then the person's right there. I have an anxiety that's going to happen every time now, and it happened today. And I think the anxiety is born from the people opening the door before I grab it not being very nice. I say, "Excuse me, sir," if it's a gentleman. I say, "Excuse me," if it's a lady. I don't want to say ma'am because women don't like to be called old. I don't think ma'am is an old term, though. I wish I could use it without the age thing coming into play. I like ma'am. I love ma'am. I love using ma'am. I love sir. I use sir all the time. But yeah, that's a new one where I don't like opening doors. And I mean, it's easy if you're like a gas station, or I don't know why gas station had to come into this. If you're at somewhere with a clear door, the glass door, you can see through it. But I mean, if I'm at the gym, somebody opens the door inwards, and nope, anxiety. It happened today at the bathroom. I was walking into a public restroom, and somebody opened the door, and not nice. Next, we have Native Speaker by Chang Ray Lee. What I see basically is that he is a Korean American, and his wife leaves him saying that he's a traitor and that he's neo-American. He's a stranger. He's an illegal, and it's kind of him just adjusting to life and thinking that he has left one society for another, but he doesn't fit in either, and he's kind of abandoned both. It was really interesting just reading the back of it, and I'm not gonna lie, it might be one of the ones I'm most excited about. Next, we have The Africans by David Lamb. I guess he was a bureau chief. Reading on the back right now. I don't know this offhand. From the Los Angeles Times, he traveled more than 300,000 miles in the Sahara, and every country south of the Sahara. He talked with presidents, guerrilla leaders, university professors, and witch doctors. I guess this is kind of an account of what he did. Hey, somebody stopped this book on page 157. I guess it's the account of what he did and kind of a commentary on what he thinks of everything down there. There were 3 copies of this there. I picked the nicest looking one with the least amount of stickers. Stickers on books, I'm going to say it again, I can't handle it. I spend hours picking them off. If anybody knows an easy way to get stickers off something, let me know, because I will rip my fingers apart, like with a pair of pliers afterwards. Obviously, the stickers aren't ripping my fingers apart. Next, we have Nancy Springer's Chants and Other Gestures of the Hand of Fate. It's a book of short stories, it seems. I had no idea what it was, but the cover was interesting. It says there's a forester named Wirral, Wirral. I know my mouth messes up words with R's and L's and every other letter. I talk very quickly. I realized this. Book of short stories. Fantasy short stories. What else we got? This, which the dust jacket was removed from, I only found out why after leaving. This is Pamela Anderson's Starstruck, because she wrote a book. And if you're surprised by that, be more surprised that this is a sequel. This is a sequel to just Star. This is Starstruck, the sequel to Star. But on the cover, one of the covers I saw, which I imagine is why it was removed, she is very topless and very laying in the sand. I mean, there's no nipple showing, but I can imagine Goodwill doesn't want that floating around. By the way, got these books at Goodwill. Well, like I said, they came through today. And it was green half price day, so we bought a lot of green books. Mainly I bought this because I didn't know Pamela Anderson could write, and because it said it was a novel. Not an autobiography, a novel. A sequel novel. Let that soak in. Pamela Anderson has had minimum 2 books published. 2 novels. Can't wait to read that. Last book about today is called Dark Witness, When Black People Should Be Sacrificed. And parenthetically, again, I guess this is Ralph Wiley's kind of commentary and, way of talking about some of these matters that we have race-wise. He is an African-American gentleman. Don't think I bought a white supremacist book. I'm not a Klansman. I'm not about to don a robe and go burn a lowercase t on somebody's lawn. I'm interested. I'm interested in everything. And although it would have looked weird if I would have bought this and a book that had a swastika on the cover with it, I could see how I'd be perceived then. But apparently it's comedic. It's very integrated. That's the word I wanted to use. It's very... Yeah, let's move on. Not important. If you don't know what it's about, go check it out. In addition to the myriad things I collect, the cornucopia of things I collect, my girlfriend collects all things herself that take up space. She collects teapots. She collects cookie jars. She collects maps. She collects kind of tiny things. I don't know if that makes sense. She likes small versions of other things, but she also collects owl figurines and turtle tortoise figurines, but owl figurines. And I picked this up. This is a green guy. I don't know. He's kind of hollow. But we have a yellow one like this that we've had for a while. And I saw the green guy, and I had to grab the little green guy. The green guy. Next, I did buy some vinyl today. This is in store. This wasn't an order. I think I have 3 vinyl orders in the mail coming to me now. Gonna make another one here shortly. It's my birthday. If I don't make it today, I'll regret it. Although I did realize that as an adult, I went out to buy myself birthday presents today. Went to 4 places, didn't spend more than $13 at any place. So I am an adult. Yep. First thing is, if anybody ever has went vinyl hunting at Goodwill, they know that if you're looking for Kenny Rogers albums, you got them. Any one of them. If you're looking for some really beat-up Dean Martin albums, you got them. If you want some Polish tabernacle choir, you got it. If you want some polka favorites, it's there. But if you want anything else, I don't know, regionally it might be different, but where I am, a lot of country music is there. A lot of country music. And I'm not saying I dislike country. I'm saying it's not what I prefer, and it's not what I try to buy on vinyl. But I made some huge finds there today. The only other time I've ever seen things there that I wanted, there were some, he had to be no older than 14, 15, maybe 15 years old with his grandmother, and he was pulling Kiss Destroyer. He was pulling just ridiculous albums to find at Goodwill, and had a huge stack of them, probably like this high. And he took them up to the counter, and I saw what he was leafing through, and it was nuts what he found. And he beat me there by 5 minutes. And came to $60. He had 60 albums. And his grandma said, well, I can't pay 60, maybe 50. So he had to get rid of 10 albums. The 10 he got rid of were the 10 most garbage albums he had. I scavenged one out of there. It was one of the put back was Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff's You're the MC, I'm the DJ, or I'm the DJ, he's the MC. You know what album I'm talking about. But that is an opportunity that I'll probably never find again. I mean, Kiss Destroyer alone, even though Kiss isn't a good band, that album alone. But I did find a few things. First, I got Steve Perry Street Talk. Many of you may know Steve Perry from Journey. I think it's Journey. I don't want to be talking out of my ass here. Pretty sure it's Journey. Pretty sure he was the lead singer of Journey during their height years. Next, The Outfield, Play Deep. They're kind of a power pop rock type outfit. I believe this was in the 80s. 85 this came out. It's just in really good condition. And that's another thing about Goodwill. If you want to buy vinyl there, it's usually just tattered. But it's in really good condition. I pulled up a video of them on my phone in Goodwill and listened to them, and I'll give it a shot. Styx, Kilroy was here. Styx, because I live in, where I do, Styx is very well liked. I'm surprised I haven't found more Styx around. It's not really a gatefold. It's kind of a half gatefold. It's interesting, but also very good condition on this. Very good condition. The last one I found at Goodwill, which was actually the first one I found, which I was so stoked on, that it's what made me stay there. Like, I found it on, there was like 3 stacks. They stack them terribly, by the way. But there were 3 stacks, and I found this one in 3 stacks, and then they're lined up on the bottom. But I found this one, and I said, oh, now I got to go through them all, because there has to be something else here. Number 1, just for the condition of this alone. Number 2, for what it is. Judas Priest, Turbo. I'll be your turbo lover. Don't think the song sounds at all like that. I do love the song Turbo Lover. Haven't heard it in a while. But seeing this there in this great a condition made my day. Made my birthday. Judas Priest Turbo made my birthday. And then last album I picked up before I get into the comics. I know I'm wasting your time. It's been too long. You don't want to hear me talking like this. I picked this up at the flea marketplace. This is Crocus with The Blitz. Anybody, if you don't know Crocus, you may know their song Ballroom Blitz. It was on one of the Guitar Heroes or one of the rock fans. Yeah. Hard rock. I wouldn't even really call them metal. Maybe a little bit. But good condition of that as well. Very cheap. I guess I'll power through my comics real quick. When I go on New Comic Book Day, I take this little briefcase here. Because if I'm nothing else, I'm a goddamn gentleman. You understand? I take a briefcase like a gentleman. I don't need a bag. That's just garbage for me to throw away. They can keep their garbage. I'll put it in this briefcase and carry it around. Carry it out of the store like a gentleman would. All right. I did pick up one book from last week that I didn't know came out. I think it was last week. And that's Hyperion number 2. I read number 1 when I was waiting for my books, and I liked it, so I bought it. I actually read this one this week while I was waiting for books, and I bought it. I like this. I like Hyperion. I'm a fan of this story. I have nowhere to put anything. That's what I say every time I buy something. Old Man Logan number 5. I like the story. I like the art. I like Old Man Logan. I'm sure a lot of people are reading that book. Don't need to hear me talk about it. International Iron Man number 2, because I'm a big Iron Man fan, and I like the idea of an older, not an age. I guess it's more of an Iron Man period piece. It takes place when he was younger. I like the idea of that. I don't like Brian Michael Bendis, so this was hard for me, but I was in serious lack. I don't like that sense at all. That one came out of my mouth wrong. I was in a drought of Iron Man. And anybody, if you know me, if anybody knows me, I love Iron Man. Probably my favorite character. And I had me reading him because I don't like Bendis. That came out and gave me a shot. All New Wolverine number 7. This book is not going how I would like it to be. I think that whole clone deal is over now. So we might have a new story. I didn't mind the clone deal, but it wasn't what I was anticipating going in. I realize it's a different character, so it's going to be a different feel. But I wasn't expecting such a drastic change. I think this came out a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and I didn't get it. It was backordered. Not backordered. It was shorted at my shop. Starve, number 8. I love this book. I finally convinced a buddy of mine to get on it. If you listen to my podcast, you know Stick. I convinced him to get on it, and I actually convinced him, and then I had to text him the next day that I read it was canceled. Another canceled book, Sinestro 22. I read that Colin Bunn just sent in his last Sinestro script yesterday. I think he posted on Twitter. Cyborg 10. I don't hate this book. I don't like this book. I'm still on it because it's $2.99. I can't dump a book that's $2.99. It's hard. It has to be really bad, and this isn't bad. It's actually not. It's not bad at all. I actually kind of enjoy it. It's just I'm never excited to read it. That's it, and that's 20 minutes of your life you're not getting back, and for that I salute you and give you a thumbs up. But it's my birthday, so it comes for me.